Hey, it's Christopher, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about the Cloudaway, one of my new favorite shoes that I'm taking with me to Africa in just a couple days. But before we get into this video, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. Hey, it's Christopher, and thank you so much for stopping by again to the channel. Today we're talking about the Cloudaway. Now, this is not a new shoe from On necessarily. It's been out for a little bit, but it's my first chance getting to put it through its paces, and I will be taking it on a trip to Africa to really see what it's like. I'll definitely comment on this video once I've had sort of this 2-week experience only using this shoe, but I haven't had a chance to do these, and I want to do my initial overview of this shoe. So let's start off by reading the description of the shoe from On. The Cloudaway is a durable, all-rounder, sustainably engineered to be the everyday travel essential from the streets to the switchbacks. So the big idea is that this shoe is aimed at someone who just needs a good all-around walking shoe with good cushion, as well as if you are doing some limited hiking. They do have a hiking and running hiking and sort of that kind of version of the shoe that's more durable. But this is where you're doing some light hiking. Here in South Louisiana, we've got some really great trails. This is perfect. So start off by just talking about the design language. It's kind of different, right? This has very similar to a lot of the Cloud, the back on the, if you kind of do a tour here, you'll notice some elements from a lot of other shoes that I'm going to talk about, and a very different sole, right? So let's actually start with the sole. The sole here, I've been told that this is a topographical map of a location, I believe in Switzerland. I'll put a link for where this is from in the description below so I don't get that wrong, but if you get a real close-up here, it's actually pretty cool. What's nice about this, obviously visually really interesting, but this really nice rubber. So this is very different. This doubles as a slight grip, right? And the whole point of it is, yeah, it's a topographical map, and that's really neat, but it does provide a different style of grip for all terrain. And again, this is why it's good for a walking shoe as well as for a potential adventure and or hiking shoe. You've got all of the things you would expect from On with its Cloud tech. It's actually got a pretty even arch here. So again, I would say this is more of a walking shoe more than a running shoe, but certainly folks out there can disagree with me. If you think this could be a running shoe, definitely let me know in the comments below. But I see this more as an everyday, all-around walking / hiking. The materials here, if we go kind of to the toe, again, a typical rubber, it's almost got like a felt feel and really nice stitching here. I'm actually interested to see what happens when this gets wet. When you get to the top, you can kind of hear the material here. This is a very different shoe. This is not typical from On, and I like it. I'm digging where they're going. Notice there are no traditional laces. You've got this thing that hooks right on here to kind of tighten it. And what you would do is you would take this strap and kind of tighten it in there to really get that nice tight around your foot. Now, one of the things I'll call out is that this doesn't necessarily tighten these, and that's just part of their design. That's an opportunity for improvement, honestly. I actually fell in love with my first travel shoe that used a similar style. One of the big things that I will warn you about, and I don't know if this will do it, but I actually had this piece come off, and it made lacing it really tough with that other version of the shoe. I'll put that shoe review below. So I'm a little nervous about this. I will be taking the Cloud 5 Coast with me as well. I'll put a link in the description to check out that video. That's actually my favorite travel shoe to go with. You'll also notice that from the Cloud Rift and the new Cloud Stratus version 3, we've got this, again, a felt. The Cloud Rift, and I think I'm saying it correctly, I'll put a notification if I'm not, had a plastic way to kind of hold your foot in place, whereas the Cloud Stratus was using this felt. And I like this. I like the function of this. I did not dig it on the Cloud Rift, but I did love it, and I do love it on the Cloud Stratus. So I like this. Keeps everything really nice and snug without adding a lot of weight, which is good. The inside and the sole overall are extremely comfortable. It is a little bit, and I don't want to say stiff, but because this is a hiking shoe, you want stability. And I'm not saying stiff in a negative. I'm saying that when you're doing a hiking shoe, a lot of people get these boots, and that is important, but your shoe's ability to hold your foot in place is really important so you don't end up twisting or rolling your ankle. So some of that stiffness, I think, is to keep these materials in place by having a couple layers. You'll actually see it right here, that this stitching is around this rubber piece, right? I'm sure they're dipping it in something and they're adding this to kind of keep it in place, to keep the shape of the shoe and to make sure your foot doesn't go over the edge. The colors are great. They have a bunch of different colors, from black, white, and I've got this really cool gray and green. I thought this is really, it's got a great nature vibe to it. So that's kind of the overview of the shoe. Let me tell you who I think this is for. For me, I do enough travel and I do enough light hiking where these shoes are going to be a great addition. Now, these are not, I wouldn't argue that these are full-fledged hiking shoes. I do have some that are built for that. They're super rugged. They're a little bit heavier. They've got a little bit stronger grip, and I feel like those are appropriate in certain circumstances. But if you're at the campsite and you're going on a trail, or you're traveling and you're going to places that might be a little more rugged than what a normal tennis shoe or running shoe would be, I think these are where that fits in. That's where this makes sense. And on my trip to Africa, I will be filming. So I've been told it's really sandy there, and I'm actually really looking forward to these because there's not a lot of ingress other than your heel for things to kind of, you know, get inside of the shoe. So we'll see what it's like in pretty rugged environments and pretty, you know, dusty environments. Again, I'll leave comments or maybe make a second video based on it, depending on if it's really interesting. So let's talk about my initial thoughts here. I am a champion for On. This video is not sponsored by On, but I'm a champion for their shoes and the fact that they continue to take their base technology and implement it and iterate it to different segments. And it's really exciting that they're taking chances on shoes like this. They're kind of a tweener, right? There's travel shoes, there's hiking shoes, and running shoes, and there's running shoes for those on rugged terrain, and then there's something kind of in the middle like this. And so to me, that's really exciting. Well, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment below. If you've used these shoes, what is your opinion of them? They are a little bit broader for those who are worried about the thinner On shoes. I should do a video just talking about the different ones. Some are very thin, but these are decently wide, or I would say wide enough. There are wider shoes, and if you need that, maybe this isn't for you. But let me know what your favorite running brand. Doesn't have to be On. I like all shoes that work for people. I just found On and they work for me. This video is not sponsored by On, but it could have a sponsor. We recently were added to the Google Partner Program, and while we don't get any kind of ad revenue for making these videos, we do have the ability to offer Super Thanks. Super Thanks is a way for you to contribute any monetary amount that you feel makes sense or what represents the value that you have towards this video. Every dollar makes a huge difference, so even if you can't give a lot, it really helps this channel to purchase equipment, to purchase shoes, and do these reviews to hopefully help you make your decisions when you're looking to try out a new product. Another way that you can help us, if you enjoy this content, is to like this video. Helps the algorithm know that we're doing something cool. Crush that subscribe button so that you know when we're uploading new content, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date. As always, we hope you're doing well, we hope you're staying safe, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.